February 2nd, and this is the London Review. Hi guys, Robert Rivera here with the Rivera Trading Group in association with Trading Academy. And boy, that was some night last night. I got my cup of Joe here like I always do, just making sure that I am getting some energy because my gosh, that's a long night. Last night is one of those nights that nobody really wants to talk about. When the action is so undecisive and you're trying to figure out direction. And in my case, you know, I mean, the same move, it did the same move that it always does, right? It breaks up and then it comes back down and it closes back inside and we take it for the sell. But in this occasion, instead of having a win on the buy, I got stuck on a loss, right? I kept anticipating that it was coming down or that it was going to continue up is what it was. It was going right into the golden zone. For those of you who know Fibonacci, it was walking right into the Fibonacci 50% and 61%. And the way that the action was moving, I thought for sure it was going to break through. It looked like it could, right? And the overall move, the overall big move of GBP USD is bullish. So I'm thinking it could break through today, right? As it's moving. No. And it was a loss, and it was a big loss, right? And of course, now I'm waiting for it to come back inside to execute my fake out strategy. But it's going up and down. It's going up and down. It's going up and down. In the end, I did catch it, but I wanted to catch the break of the bottom. I wanted to catch the break of the bottom zone because that was going to be the big move. But it just kept wicking out and wicking out and wicking out and wicking out. I took profit. I gave it one more shot, try it. I closed it and went to bed. I mean, I went to bed like, what, 8 o'clock this morning? 8 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't even sleep because I knew that break was going to happen. And at 9:30, there's the move. Massive drop. A whole bunch of pips. Let's look at it in the charts. So this is the setup as I had it last night. And unlike the previous nights, the price had already broken out. I actually had a setup from class. I do my classes on Mondays. And I had a setup from class where that green candle right there, that big green candle right in the middle, had broken away from structure and given a significant amount of pips, right? And now it's come to this area right here where it just crossed the line of resistance. It just crossed above it and is hovering above it. Okay, this is where I sent it to the team. Of course, like I mentioned before, there's many more details that are in the chart when I send it out. This is just a skeleton of it, but it gives you an idea, right? We have a trend line waiting for a potential break to the downside. We have resistance potentially for catching a buy to the upside if it gives us a retest. But it's just hovering there. It's hovering there. It is hovering there. Let's see what happened. So these are the results. And as you can tell, it broke to the top. It gave the same move that it did the night before. I mean, this is what I say. We see this move every night. But on this occasion, I was expecting it to continue going up because there was a golden zone, a Fibonacci zone right there, and price had been pressing against it. In fact, the breakout gave 19 pips, which is not horribly bad. And then it came back inside, right? That close back inside is the signal candle for a sell, okay? Immediately that thing closes back inside, you enter or I enter for a sell. And watch, and if you want to catch the retest, you can catch the retest. Okay, so there's the retest and it dropped and it just kept going down. Now, as you can tell, you can't really see it here because these three candles, those three red candles in the middle, those three candles in the middle kept playing up and down, up and down, up and down all night. And I kept waiting for it to break that structure that you can see here to the left. For those of you who know what structure is, I didn't mark it, okay? But those of you who know about structure, you would know that this is an area of support over here to the left, which is what it's fighting against. And in the end, I just couldn't take it anymore, and I went to bed, having made my money back. I mean, it was a big loss. and I was able to get it back with a couple of positions to the downside, and I entered in one more position, see if I could see if I was going to have the energy to let it play out, because I knew the drop was coming. But in the end, I went ahead and closed it because I needed to go to sleep, and I did not want to go to sleep with an open position. So this is what we got, okay? We got a break of the trend line with the fake out strategy re-entry, also crossing back in from the 50 moving average as confluence, and retest of 6 pip drawdown if you took it. Here's one of the stories from last night from our students. Dean has been coming pretty strong. He's learning the strategy very well. He took a loss, such as myself, on the buy. In his case, the retest. I was expecting that again, that it was going back up to break through, but it didn't. And he adjusted quickly and took the sell from the fake out, which makes complete sense based on us seeing this move every night. Okay. And then here's Jude. He made some money on the fake out strategy, which it just makes me extremely happy when we see the students do well with the things that we're teaching them. Okay, here are my results. This is me right here. Again, not the kind of numbers and the kind of things that we want to show people, right? I mean, it's so much easier to preach it than to practice it, right? It's so much easier to preach it than to practice it. But, you know, we got to own up to it. When we don't do well, we got to own up to it. And so this is one of those moments, right? I took that buy, which I could have closed for a win. I could have closed for a win. And I kept holding and holding and holding. And in the end, it just ate me up. And then I took the sells, right? I took the sells as I was coming in. And that's my last attempt. My last attempt to hold it for the breakout of the bottom, right? Because I saw it was coming. And I thought, man, I'll just put a smaller lot size in there and let it ride. But I was so exhausted from, like, you know, how can I say, mental fatigue, decision fatigue is a real thing, guys. And so around 8 o'clock in the morning, I just went ahead and closed everything. And not 45 minutes later or an hour later, I think it finally blew right through and then just dropped forever, okay? I mean, 80 pips, that was just a beauty. Even on my $10, yeah, that was a $10 lot size. Even on my one standard, that would have been about 800 bucks if I just let it in there. But again, I was too tired. So I was happy that I was able to close blue at least and be done with it. Welcome back. Well, again, those are the realities of trading, man. I mean, you don't always get the easy win, and you don't always get a win. Sometimes you get heavy losses. And then what do? You know, how do you adjust? How do you make the adjustment so that you can still have a profitable night? And sometimes you just got to let it be a loss. You know, the only thing that saved me last night is that I recognized the fake out and that it was going to sell. Okay, having recognized the fake out, then let me go ahead and take the sales and write it down. But I wrote it down just enough to break even, and then after that, I just couldn't hold it anymore. I mean, I was too tired. I mean, I was up all night until 8 o'clock in the morning. And that's the reality of trading, guys. I mean, you're going to not find a lot of traders out there that are going to show you this. Because it's not fun having to admit that you did not do well on any given night. But that's the truth, okay? There are some nights where you don't execute what you know, like you know to do it, okay? So that's why I say, you know, it's easier to preach it than to practice it. Anyway, I hope that you guys are benefiting from this information. And if so, please like, comment, and subscribe. Again, this is Robert Rivera with the Rivera Trading Group in association with Trading Academy, signing out. God bless you.